The Caribous Africa Cup is the largest mobile gaming tournament on the African continent. We're basically bringing gamers from across different countries and getting them in person to play against one another to actually determine who the best teams in the continent are.
Wake up to the sounds of the silence to the lows, for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that are told when my back is to the world, and smiling when I turn. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you tell me, hey, oh, the misery. My enemy, I swear I'll never be the same way. God for yourself, self.
Hi, my name is Eugene Murray. I'm a TV broadcast journalist with CGT and Africa right now. By day, news guy. By the rest of the hours, gamer and everything in between. So my connection with Kari first started with my taking part from the news side to the video game side, which I hopped onto. It was a no-brainer. I just started sportscasting for esports events. And I'd sportscasted for Kari First events here and there online. This was the first time I met the team. And when they reached out, they were like, okay, we want to hold the biggest Call of Duty mobile esports tournament and we want to use Kenya. We want to have it in Kenya physically. And I was like, damn, okay. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for ages, because as a gamer myself, I've tried to create relationships and have my own tournaments, but it's very hard to get tournaments straight from the publisher down to big scale ones on the continent here in Africa. So when they reached out, I knew I was on board for this, because $15,000 is something else. That's what, about 1.9 million Kenya shillings. That's a lot of money. And of course, it'll be the role of sportscasting, but now even on being on ground management here in Kenya in the lead up to the grand final, that was an adrenaline-filled experience. Just the height of learning how much goes into building that kind of an event, pro esports event, flying in the athletes, making sure they're settled, the ground, the event space, the production itself. There was a part of me that was excited, and there was the good part that just wanted this to end. It just wanted it to be over. But it was a good experience.
Landing in Nairobi for the first time, coming into Kenya, and I was just absolutely stunned by the landscape. I mean, this place is unbelievable. It's so green. I love how everything looks. It's just...
Like, Kenya was so cool. Like, I wasn't expecting that, coming from Nigeria, which was, quite humid.
Anyone who knows Africa understands that it is not easy to move people around within the African continent. So when you want to choose a place, you have to choose somewhere that allows you to easily get 25 people into the country. So we looked at Kenya, and Kenya was definitely that for us, and it worked. But it also has a really great, lively hub. There are so many talents, not just cross gaming, but also media and tech. There are so many good communities, and there are brands who really believe in something like this. Kenya has had a lot of investment into esports recently. We worked with the Kenya Esports Federation before, so we know what is happening in Kenya. We were able to get people in super easy. Flight connections were super easy. Almost every country we wanted to get people from had probably maybe a direct flight or one that was maximum one stop. So that made sense. That made things significantly easier. And to Kenya for making our lives easy, asante sana.
Think this belongs to you?
I'm Senes. I work as a community manager with First, and for the First Africa Cup, I'm in charge of the player operations, just basically to make sure they are playing under good conditions and everything is seamless for them. Yesterday's games were electric. Like, I saw some players pull off some unimaginable snipes, and these players were not on the best of devices, but, the LAN experience is completely different. LAN, you come to show your skill. It's not about your Wi-Fi, maybe you're on a very good internet at home. Everyone is on a level playing field. So, and I think the most interesting matchup from yesterday was Delta esports versus Sierra. Bro, there was this guy called Storm from Delta. He put, as I was getting those snipes, I was hyped up. So I was more like a spectator as a fan, not even as a tournament coordinator or player operations manager. Nah. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Most of the matchups were back to back. So most of the teams won 2 maps to 1 because of the best of 3. So that shows you how competitive it was. No one was in Nigeria. They would say no grief for anybody. So they literally did not agree for each other. So it was fun.
Losing tournaments like this it can be very, very emotional. You have to be experienced in it. You have to have strong will force and everything just to know break down or anything, because the hours, if you want to start thinking about the hours put into it, the whole stress, everything just to come and lose is crazy. But I mean, there's sometimes that you win in life and you lose in life, so that's it. But yeah, and about winning them, it's because, to be honest, I was very, very happy because excluding them, their fans were trolling my team and I, saying, oh, we're not good again, bots, blah blah blah. So that's why I hit the shush celebration on stage. I was sure. So, but to be honest, it was a very exciting moment doing that. Okay, yes, now we're back in the tournament. It's just very, very nice moment for my team and I. I mean, I'm not blaming anybody. My teammates, they put in their all. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to Life. He gave it his all. Sansi, Sage, and Tipsy. But I mean, NXG, they were the better team. That's what I'll say, because all the games they actually close. There was one of the matches that we're leading 2-0, and we came back to lose 3-2. Man, I feel that was the match that killed us. But at the same time, even the hard points, we still fought with all our parts to show how strong we are. Most teams, when they lose like that, you're leading 2-0, then you now proceed to lose that same match of 3-2. They just lose vibe and they just start playing anyhow. My team, we still solidified that performance. We still kept on pushing and thriving. But I mean, NXG just the better team. That's what I'll say. And big ups to them, man. Big ups to them. South Africa on top. If they can beat us, they are winning this. So normally the seeding is the prediction is Sierra 7 or NXG. The matchup we just played, that's literally the finals, man. So yeah, you have your winner, NXG. To me, winner is NXG.
Hi, my name is Shamsa, and I've been playing Call of Duty for 4 years now, but I started seriously ranking up to Legendary about 2.5 years ago, and I got the opportunity to host the grand finals of the Africa Cup Fiercest Call of Duty gaming tournament here in Nairobi, Kenya. And my experience so far, I really enjoyed it. I expected a lot of intense matches because the teams that made it here are well known across African countries. So I loved the bloodbath, I loved the melee abusing, I loved the back-to-back sniping. I feel like that was my most favorite, the S&D, because I really care a lot of search and destroy. So I really looked forward to the sniping and the quick kills and the quick decisions and the skills and the strategies and the adrenaline. It was amazing. But I'd definitely say the best game of the day was the match between Delta and Aura in a control raid. Today I expect to see the same intensity that I saw yesterday. I woke up today and I craved violence, so they must show me that violence. And I don't care if they use melees, I don't care if they're called bots. This is a competition, so bring it. I'd like to see that energy.
Very excited for today, but
Very nervous, extremely nervous. My name is Wesley Kanyera. I'm an esports consultant. But for this time, I'm just a guest here at the fiercest Africa Cup Finals.
What a waste of the specialist skills. Michael lost his Annihilator. Breaker lost his Vortex gun before they could use them.
So, in the run of the games, I remember when picking up the players from the airport, from whatever country, the Ghanaians, the Moroccans, everyone was just a bit cocky except the South Africans. NXG were very, very quiet. They were so reserved, and yeah, I had something to fear from those guys from the get-go. And then there were the Kenyans. Back home turf, nobody counted them at all. Sure, they had fielded 2 teams, but nobody counted them for anything. And then comes to the games. The Ghanaians, Aura 233 get knocked out first. I couldn't freaking believe it because they came and everyone feared them because they were the most expensive team on the roster. Like they gotten a sponsorship from Samsung. They had brand new S24s. All the jerseys were kitted out. It was insane. For an African team, it was insane. So them being the first team to get knocked out, I'm not gonna say more than that. But then it came to the Kenyans. The Kenyans, nobody expected them to get anywhere near the grand final at all. And then CZ Esports getting knocked out as the first Kenyan group, like, okay, fine. So it begins. Then comes Delta. Okay, that first game. And then a bit of a contemplation about some disqualification. I was like, okay, they won. We didn't expect them to win. And then the next morning, we come in and we're told the game has to be repeated. I'm like, why? They just barely made it through. I was so certain, by the way, they're cooked. They're cooked. It's over. They're cooked. Then there's no way they're going through. Especially that first one, they'd already just made it through with the skin of their teeth. And then that morning, they play out in a way that I remember my co-caster, Trout. By the time that game ended, this guy just, Brock Lesnar type, lifted me on his shoulder because we were all screaming. Nobody was saying anything that made sense because we could not believe that result. It's Sunday morning, we'd shouted all of Saturday, we had no voices. And then Sunday morning, the Kenyans do that repeat performance again. But then there was nothing left. He lifted me on his shoulders. We were all just screaming. And then it was, holy crap, the Kenyans are in the final. Home turf, this is not like any other sport. It's not like football and where the crowd is urging you on to. Nah, esports, it's nerves and your skill. This one, the Kenyans getting to the final was just, I'm Kenyan and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even believe it. And now it was the Kenyans versus the South Africans. Nobody on the live stream believed it. This live stream, remember this thing was going live on 4 television stations across Africa. In TZ, Ghana, GH1, here in K24. I don't remember the 4th one, but... And then there's the live stream on YouTube, which was like 14,000 people plus. And then, chat was insane. Everyone was quiet.
It has been a long time coming. It has been a long time coming. A 7-month journey sees its end game now.
Get you. And just to put some scary stats out there for anyone who's wondering, Noxious Gaming has made their way from the pool play to grand finals, dropping only 1 map.
All right, 1-1 for the guys on chat who are watching and supporting you back home. What you gotta say to them back home for supporting you all through this journey?
To the supporters, I definitely appreciate all of you. I'm sure the whole team has seen your support. We appreciate it 100%. To all the haters, you're about to witness something, bro.
I want you to give a message to the fans and the haters right there. Talk to them.
To all my fans, thank you so much for your support, and thank you for supporting Delta and having faith that we would reach the finals. And second of all, I would love to love my haters even more, because to be honest, they just push me even to get harder. Like I just keep they motivate me to even push harder and stuff. They're mainly motivating me to try and win this, but let's see.
Here we go. P1 about to start. You can hear the crowd behind us. It is now time to see who is going to be crowned African champion. And they will...
Look at that minimap.
Fighting to break on B2.
Yep, B2 right now, it is getting a bit mixy, and Storm trying to keep them at bay, keep the Wolves at bay, but someone in there, it's Quinn's dad, who's already there by the window, shreds him to pieces.
Keep going the way of Noxious, more utility. We get to see Michael with that Annihilator. He finds one, potentially able to break the hill here. He finds two, looking for the three-piece. It's going to be Michael trying to break in without the teammates. He finds three, he finds four. Michael trying to snap left, right, and center, picks up some streaks. He's done the damage. Now the door's open for his teammates. 13 seconds and counting. It's going to be Michael to make the play. Onto the point we go. Still ticking over. 7 seconds and counting. Quinn's Avatar cooking up a storm. Everyone trying to get close. There's no one nearby.
The glory.
It's not just gaming. Your first African champions in Call of Duty Mobile.
We just decided, you know what, we're going to go into this regardless of the result. We're going to try our best, and that's exactly what we did, and we had a point to prove. So
there they are, the champions. This is the moment we've been waiting for, the best of the best, the head honcho. Here they are, your African champions, carrying the trophy up high as an interpretation of what is going to happen.
Yo, insane, eh? We only had a week of practice for the team. We were mostly focused on getting passports to be here, then actually training for this. And it's actually insane that we actually won.
It feels really amazing to lift this trophy after all of the negative comments that's been around in the community saying we're going to place 4th and 5th and all that, all the haters, but it feels really great being able to prove them wrong at the end of the day.
I actually have a daughter. She's 5 months old. So I just didn't have really time to play and grind and keep up with everyone. But then this tournament started, so I was like, you know what, I can scrim a few days a week and I'll be here.
So when they played Sierra 7 and won, I think everybody then clicked oh shoot, these guys are actually good. And Beanpole was the person who surprised me. Everyone thought it was the Void carrying the team on his back, but Beanpole was fragging, and he ended up being a tournament MVP, so kudos to him, and that makes sense. Simply into the finals, they basically cruised the finals easy. So NXG showed how strong they are.
This First Cup, this inaugural one, just set the bar. Set the bar for African esports, set the bar for everything. And we can only go up from here. I'm just looking forward to what we have in 2025.
Hey, I don't want to say what I want to say, but keep hating. It drives us.
Now listen, I tend to put in work, homie always winning. The beginning to the ending, guaranteed we steady swimming. So many wins that the wins got wins, and y'all got